This is Miss Sebastian. We're going to look at Unit 3, Lesson 5, and this is to do with cones. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at what is the exact volume of a cone. Well, we have the formula for our cylinder that's pi r squared times the height. The only thing we're going to add for cones is the 1/3. So this is the formula you will see for cones. And so all we're going to do is plug in what we know. They want exact, so we're going to leave pi, then r squared. The r is the radius, that's 17, times the height, which is 31. So then we're just going to multiply. I've got 1/3. I'm going to move these around just so it's a little easier because I'll have all my numbers together. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 1/3 times 289 times 31, and I get 2,986.3 repeating, and that pi sign just comes down. But I also need my units. Centimeters and volume is always cubed. Okay, I've got our next one, and this is actually a different problem. So we're just going to go back through. I've got 1/3 pi r squared times the height, and this one's asking for approximate, so we're actually going to replace pi with 3.14 here, times r squared. R is the radius. Our radius here is 19, and our height is 35. So all I'm going to do is I am going to put this into my calculator, those big numbers, 3.14 times 19 times 19 times 35, and divide it by 3 because that is the same as multiplying by 1/3, and I do get 13,224.63 repeating. And I don't have the pi sign here, but I do need to add my units, which are feet cubed, and then I'm done with that one. Okay, let's look at another. What is the approximate volume of a cone with a height of 9 and a radius of 4? It says use 3.14 to approximate pi. So we always start with our formula. So I'm going to plug in 3.14 for pi. They say our radius is 4, so 4 squared times the height of 9. So I'm just going to rewrite this and go ahead and square that 4 squared. And now I've got 1/3 times 3.14 times 16 times 9. And I do end up with 150 and 72 hundredths, and this is feet cubed. So there's our approximate volume of that cone. Okay, an ice cream cone has a diameter of 20 centimeters, so all the way across is 20, and a height of 18 centimeters. So the radius will be 10. So I need to write my formula. Now they didn't say exact or approximate, so we're just going to find the exact first. R is 10, so 10 squared, and height is 18. So when I multiply 1/3 times 100 times 18, I get 600 pi, and that is centimeters cubed. So there's our exact answer if they want that. And if they do want the approximate, we just replace pi with 3.14. and I do get 1,884 centimeters cubed. Okay, and let's look at the last one. A cone-shaped container has a height of 200 inches and a radius of 150. The cone is filled with a liquid chemical. The chemical evaporates at a rate of 15,000 inches cubed per week. How many weeks will it take for all the chemical to evaporate? Okay, so what we need to do first is find the original volume. So we've got 1/3 pi r squared times h. So we're just going to plug in what we know. We're going to use 3.14 to approximate pi. The radius is 150 squared times h, which is 200. So I'm just going to type this in. 3.14 times 150 times 150 times 200, and either times 1/3 or divided by 3, and you get 4,710,000, and that is inches cubed. Now we're not done because our question says how many weeks will it take. So I want to know how many times I'm going to have to take out 15,000. So I'm actually going to take this number and divide it by 15,000 inches cubed. So when I divide by 15,000, I get, whoops, not volume, the weeks it takes are 314. Okay, and that is what we get when we divide 4,710,000 by 15,000.